This backpack fixes a problem a lot of people don't even realize they have, until they're out fishing, hiking, or trying to grab a camera lens fast. Instead of digging around or taking the pack off, you just swing a pod around from the back to the front with one hand. It's a clever swivel system that makes a real difference when you're in the middle of something. Materials are made with water-resistant fabric, sealed seams, and tough zippers. The bottom is reinforced too, so you don't have to worry when setting it down on wet ground. The swing pod holds up to 5 pounds, plenty for things like tools, lenses, snacks, or fly boxes. The bag gives you about 30 liters of space in total, 20 liters in the main compartment and another 10 in the swing-around pod, and weighs about 5 pounds when empty. That's on the heavier side for a day pack, but it makes up for it with padded shoulder straps, a breathable back panel, and adjustable belts that help keep things comfortable and secure, even when you're moving around a lot. There are also spots to strap on rods, tripods, or water bottles, and it works with hydration bladders if you're out for hours. You can get it in black, camo, or rust. Originally designed for fly fishing, it's now just as popular with birders and photographers. Anyone who wants quick access without stopping. People who've used it say it changes how they move through the day. It's not meant for long treks or bulky gear, but for single-day outings where speed and access matter, it just makes sense. It's not often you come across something that can shift so easily between cargo hauler and tiny home on wheels. This four-wheeled e-bike system, built around the GoLo platform, does exactly that. It measures just under 3 meters long, about 88 centimeters wide, and stands around 141 centimeters tall with the seat. Despite its compact size, it's strong enough to carry up to 200 kilograms and fit around 1,400 liters of gear. With a full suspension on all 4 wheels, it handles tight streets without much trouble. It runs on 20-inch wheels and cargo-ready tires, and braking comes from hydraulic 4-piston calipers paired with a mechanical parking system. Power comes from a mid-drive motor, either the M620 or M510, with 250 watts of output. And it can go 35 kilometers on a single charge with its standard battery. But there's an option to go much farther with dual 1,440 watt-hour packs, up to 140 kilometers total. There's also a hybrid version that converts pedaling into electricity using a generator and twin hub motors. Solar panels on the camper's roof and door add even more range, up to 50 kilometers a day. Inside, there's a fold-out bed long enough for tall sleepers, a bench with a removable table, a small fridge, and plenty of smart storage. The side hatch opens up into a shaded spot to sit or cook, and the footbox slides forward to give you a little more room at night. Power banks are a camper's quiet hero, keeping phones, lights, and even coffee warmers alive. Some solar models recharge by day, like little sun-eating turtles powering your night. Take the Origin 800 for instance. Rather than relying on one heavy box, it offers a modular setup that adapts to your needs. The main unit pushes out 800 watt of continuous AC power, while its battery stacks can be combined for up to 720 watt-hour of capacity. Each stack works on its own too, as an over 80 watt-hour power bank with a two-way USB-C port. You can swap stacks on the fly without losing power, and the system balances them automatically, even if their charge levels aren't the same. You get 13 output ports: AC, USB-A, USB-C, and DC. Plus a touchscreen for checking status. For more, there's a wireless charging pad built into the hub, and you can control everything with a mobile app or just your voice. It recharges fast too, from a wall outlet, car adapter, USB-C, or solar panel up to 200 watt. Combine sources, and you can charge the whole system in under 2 hours. One of the most useful things is how it adapts. You can break it down and hand off power to someone else, or stack it up for bigger jobs. The power dock adds even more, recognizing stacks automatically and connecting with accessories like an RGB lamp or drink heater. Compact and easy to carry, this device wins praise for its real-time alerts, especially near flames or heaters. Users love the loud alarm and simple app. It does exactly what it promises, keeps you aware and safe without distraction. It weighs just 16.5 pounds and measures 20 by 10 by 11 inches, easy to stash in a van, RV, tent, or cabin. It pumps out 2,300 BTU, about 650 watts, of cooling power using a dual-cylinder microinverter compressor, which means it cools efficiently without draining your power supply. Drawing just 240 watts, it's much easier on energy than traditional AC units. Noise levels stay about the level of a quiet conversation, with even softer hums in fan or sleep mode. It has a dual hose system that moves air more effectively. The housing is splash resistant, so it won't fall apart in damp conditions. It comes with 4 modes: cool, fan, sleep, and rocket, plus a 4-speed fan and built-in vent temperature sensor. The air filter is washable and handles dust well. The box includes everything needed to get started: hoses, drain tube, remote, power cable, and mounting gear. You can run it from a 24-volt power source or add 1 or 2 batteries. With one battery, expect about 5.5 hours of cooling, 3.5 hours on full blast, over 8 hours in sleep mode, and up to 42 hours just using the fan. 2 batteries double that time. Each battery takes around 6 hours to charge. Did you know that modern camping tents evolved from ancient nomadic shelters like yurts and teepees? Today's designs push those ideas even further. Take the Loft Penthouse. It's no ordinary tent. This 2-level setup gives campers real space to stretch out and experience the outdoors differently. With a frame that supports up to 660 pounds and stands strong against winds. On a good day, one person can have it fully assembled in about 10 minutes, or 15 if you're adding the docking room. The layout feels more like a tiny outdoor cabin than a tent. The lower level works as a shared hangout spot, big enough for chairs or a table. Up top, the sleeping loft gives some privacy and includes a skylight mesh that can be opened up for air or stargazing. Add the docking room and you get an extra covered section with a ceiling just less than 6 feet tall. Fully expanded, the whole setup stretches about 8.5 meters long. The fabric uses 3 layers: polyester, mesh, and urethane, plus a detachable skirt and skylight cover. It's built to handle all seasons, and the panels come off for a quick rinse if things get muddy. The whole system weighs around 25 kilograms, so it fits in most mid-sized trunks. Depending on how you arrange it, it can sleep anywhere from 6 to 10 people. The docking room works well for extra beds, or just more room to spread out. It looks like something out of a gear locker. Tough, compact, no nonsense. This FireCan doesn't try to imitate a campfire. It gives you the real thing, just without the smoke, sparks, or cleanup. Sized at 12 by 6 by 7.5 inches and weighing a little over 11 pounds, it connects to propane with a quick connect outlet. At full burn, it runs for around 2.5 hours on a 5-pound propane tank. The body's made from powder-coated steel with an enamel-coated lid, and the legs fold out to lift it off the ground, useful when you're on a wooden deck. For more power, the FireCan Elite trades steel for stainless and anodized aluminum. It weighs less, 9.2 pounds, and puts out more power. It also adds a flame control knob, a higher pressure regulator, and a base for the tank. Expect around 5 hours of runtime. The deluxe version leans into outdoor cooking with twin burners, a grill tray, and a grease catch, all in stainless steel and weighing nearly 14 pounds. There's no firewood, no ashes, no mess, just a clean, steady flame that comes to life with the push of a hose and a lighter. The 5-foot hose attaches quickly and has a built-in regulator. Mesh sidewalls let you see the flames dancing inside while also pushing the heat outward. It's compact enough to fit in the back of a car or truck, which means it goes where your weekends go. Camping actually makes you healthier. Fresh air, sunlight, and a little dirt help your body chill out, sleep better, and even toughen up your immune system. Nature's basically a free upgrade, and if you're going to soak up those benefits, you'll want gear that can keep up. The Zempire Pro isn't just any tent. It's built for all-season use and ready for real adventures, whether it's a quick weekend escape or an extended stay in the wild. Inflating it takes just a few minutes with the included pump, and the air tubes hold strong when the wind picks up. The fly sheet is made from a tough poly with a reinforced ripstop weave and a waterproof coating, plenty to keep rain out. The ground sheet is thick polyethylene, and the inner walls use breathable fabric and mesh to help with airflow and keep bugs at bay. It sleeps up to 12, with 3 separate bedrooms and a roomy central lounge that gives everyone space to move, relax, or dry off after a wet day. Inside, there's 24 square meters of floor space, 15 dedicated to sleeping, and 9 for the main living area. At its highest point, the tent stands around 240 centimeters tall. Packed down, it measures 51 by 61 by 81 centimeters and weighs about 51 kilograms. The layout feels well thought out. Bedrooms are positioned to give privacy, and the central lounge connects everything. The main room has large front and side doors, which make it easy to come and go without stepping over each other. Ventilation is solid, with mesh windows, skylights, and vent ports that actually work. Setup is simple: inflate, peg, done. It comes with everything needed to get started, plus extras like compression straps and a repair kit. In the US, about 40 bear attacks happen each year, usually because of surprise encounters, food attraction, or people getting too close. Most involve black bears, and while fatalities are rare, the threat is real. That's why peace of mind is hard to come by campsite. But the Bearwatch fence system changes that. It sends out a 0.5 joule pulse every second, enough to stop a bear in its tracks without causing harm. The Energizer lets you switch between 2 pulse speeds, one for full power, the other to save battery life. You can run it on 8 batteries, a 12-volt source like a car or bike battery, or plug in a USB power bank. A low battery alert and LED indicator give you a heads up before anything shuts down unexpectedly. It handles rain fine, just don't leave it sitting in puddles. The included tester also makes it easy to check the current without risk. It takes just a few minutes to get the fence up, no tools needed, and you can shape it into a square, rectangle, octagon, or hexagon, depending on your camp layout. The same Energizer powers them all. Everything packs into a small case and weighs between 1 and 1.5 kilograms. There are 5 setups to choose from, covering anywhere from 37 to 179 square meters. Each kit includes foldable aluminum or carbon fiber poles, a spool of reinforced wire, a voltage tester, power cables, a ground stake, and bright orange clips that make setup easier in low light. People who've used it in real situations say bears come close, get zapped, and back off fast. Feedback from campers and overlanders alike points to the same thing: better sleep and less worry. When you're deep in the forest, your gear can't waste time or space. That's where the Advenate Hybrid comes in. It packs two essentials into one: a 27 by 23 centimeters shovel blade and a 240 centimeters avalanche probe. The handle extends from 64 to 94 centimeters and acts as the shaft for the probe, keeping things compact. The Hybrid Pro takes it a step further by turning the same handle into the support pole for a bivouac shelter, and it weighs just 720 grams. What makes it different isn't just the function, it's how quickly it all comes together. There's no scrambling for parts or figuring out what goes where. The probe snaps into place, the shovel locks, the shelter sets up. You can do it all, even with frozen fingers and bad visibility. The system doesn't try to be everything. It sticks to the basics and does them well. It even earned the ISPO Gold Award back in 2018. Mountain users have pointed out how well it performs: fast deployment, minimal clutter, and just enough flexibility to handle shifting terrain or sudden storms. There are limitations, sure. The Bivey's meant for one, and once you've set it up, your shovel becomes part of the shelter. But if your goal is to move fast and stay ready, with less gear weighing you down, it makes sense. This isn't about adding gear, it's about rethinking how to carry only what counts. In the mountains, that can make all the difference.
It's not often a tent feels like part of your gear rather than something extra you haul around. The BAJAO cabin changes that equation. Designed specifically for paddleboarders, it attaches directly to paddleboard, turning it into a sleeping base on calm water or rough ground. The main structure pairs a mesh inner tent with a waterproof outer fly made from nylon. Two inflatable tubes, each 15 centimeters thick, clip to the sides for stability on water, and a standard pump connects via the included adapter for quick inflation. Setup includes small touches that make a difference. Internal storage pockets, loops to hang lights, reflective guy lines, and pegs made of aluminum. There's even a holder for your paddle. Once packed, it fits into a bag and weighs about 5 kilograms. Opened up, it measures roughly 3 meters long, 86 centimeters wide, and 130 high. Plenty of space to sit up, stretch out, or change clothes without a struggle. There are 4 ways to use it. On water, the side pipes help keep the tent steady while you sleep. On land, deflating or removing them lets the structure rest directly on the ground. It can also be strapped atop a car roof rack for overnight stops, or pitched on its own like a normal tent using the arch supports. It takes a little practice to get the setup routine down, but it's quick once you know the steps.
Nights bite hard at camp, so layer smart. Block the wind and insulate from the ground. Sip something hot, tuck into a quality sleeping bag, and stash clothes in there to warm them up, or use BLACKCANII Pro. You don't need batteries or plug-in power. That's what makes it special. This gas-powered hot water mattress system is built for real cold, remote places where electricity's scarce and comfort is tough to find. At the heart of the setup is the Power Pot, a compact burner reservoir combo that heats water using a propane or butane canister. As the water warms, a built-in thermoelectric generator converts that heat into electricity, which powers a quiet, brushless pump. That pump sends hot water through silicone-lined channels in a 70 by 35-inch mattress, keeping it evenly warm throughout the night. Once it's running, it can hit water temperatures up to 50 degrees Celsius, even if it's -6 degrees Celsius outside. The system takes about 5 minutes to set up and around 10 minutes to start heating, then runs for up to 12 hours on a single 1-pound gas can. It also provides steady USB output, so phones or other small devices can charge while you sleep. Everything fits into a carry bag, with total weight between 12 and 15 pounds depending on the mattress size: single, queen, or king. The mattress is multi-layered and machine washable. For more, it is safety. If the system tips, a tilt sensor shut off the gas immediately. It also includes alarms for overheating or low water levels, and the burner is designed to keep the flames safely contained inside the pot. Most tents still make you wrestle with poles, clips, and instructions, but Giga Air Tent skips all that. Press one button, and in less than 3 minutes, the whole thing inflates by itself. The pump pushes out 20 liters per minute of air. It runs for about 30 full inflations per charge, and takes around 4.5 hours to recharge. Instead of rigid poles, the frame uses thick air tubes. Once it's staked and guy-lined, it stays steady and wins up to level 7. The shell is made from polyester, and the floor is coated with Oxford fabric. It keeps rain out and helps cut down on condensation inside, though for heavy rain. Once inflated, the tent covers roughly 4.8 square meters, about 210 by 210 centimeters, with a center height of 136 centimeters. It fits 2 adults and maybe a couple of small kids, but any more than that starts to feel tight. And when it's time to pack it down, it measures 50 by 20 by 20 centimeters and weighs only 3.5 kilograms, so it fits easily in a trunk or gear bin. People who've used it say setup is fast, folding it back down is simple, and the tent feels surprisingly solid once it's standing. The air beams avoid the typical problems of broken poles, and they hold pressure reliably. There are a few trade-offs, like needing to plan ahead for charging and having to buy the rainfly separately. But for weekend campers, festivals, or spontaneous road trips, it nails the basics. Do you want to camp in comfort right on the water with a floating deck that supports over 1.6 tons? With 150 square foot of space, it even fits a tent. Yes, people do camp on lakes. The deck itself is made of 4 sturdy, interlocking air panels, each about 20 centimeters thick. It's all wrapped in 5-layer PVC, tough stuff, with an extra layer on top so you're not slipping around in wet boots. The whole setup is strong enough for a few people, their tents, tackle, and whatever else a long session might call for. There are 15 D-rings around the edge, which makes securing tarps easy. Built-in mesh drains keep rainwater from pooling, and the hand grips around the sides make it manageable to move or anchor. Setup's pretty simple with 2 air pumps, one for each side of the deck, and once everything's inflated and locked in, it's solid. One of the best parts is how thought out it feels. The layout works. You're not tripping over seams or squeezing into awkward corners. You can cast, re-rig, cook, and even crash overnight, all without leaving the platform. And because it's built with multiple air chambers, a puncture won't sink your whole trip. The XL version is the biggest and most capable, but there are medium and large options too if you want something smaller or easier to transport. This next one attaches to a standard hitch receiver and sets up at ground level, so there's no climbing, no balancing on ladders, and no awkward rooftop packing. Inflation takes around 3 minutes. Its adjustable legs and bridge strap poles help it stay level on uneven ground. And with 3 bracket height options, it fits everything from low sedans to taller vans and trucks. You can still open your trunk thanks to the tilt-back frame. And if you unhook it from the vehicle, it stands on its own and rolls into position while your car stays free to move. Inside, there's a full-size air mattress, not just an inflatable floor, but a proper cushioned bed. Urang hasn't shared exact dimensions, but based on available footage, it's wider than most 2-person rooftop tents, roughly 6 to 7 feet across. It comfortably sleeps 2 adults. Since it's at ground level, getting in and out is simple, even late at night or in bad weather. Packing it up takes about 5 minutes, from deflation to reattachment. It's not the lightest or the cheapest, but it's faster to set up, easier to use, and a lot more comfortable than roughing it on the ground or wrestling with a rooftop tent. It takes just about 10 minutes for the GoSun to unfold from a slim trailer into a full-sized cabin with lots of space. At 1,495 to 1,800 pounds unloaded, and with a max weight rating of 2,700 pounds, it's easy enough to tow behind most vehicles, including compact SUVs. The adjustable axle, ranging from 48 to 72 inches, means it can handle back roads just as well as highways. Power comes from a solar setup that includes two 100-watt roof panels and a 120-watt swing-out table, all charging its 1,100 watt-hour battery. Inside, sleeping arrangements are flexible. Inflatable mattresses can be set up as twins, a queen, or bunks for up to 6 people. The kitchen area features a 2-burner stainless cooktop, an optional sink, fold-out prep tables, and an optional fridge-freezer. Water tanks hold up to 24 gallons fresh and 12 gallons gray, with a propane heater for hot showers. A cassette toilet and privacy curtain come standard, and there's an optional water filter if you want to stay off-grid longer. Insulated walls and a dual-layer roof help manage temperature, with optional propane heat and an air condition unit for extreme conditions. 5 windows, fans, and LED lights keep the interior bright and ventilated. Safety features include detectors for gas and smoke, a fire extinguisher, locking doors, and sturdy exterior panels. There's not a huge amount of user feedback on the GoSun model yet, but early reviews point to a setup that's practical and thoughtfully put together. Small and easy to carry, the CAM.G Mini gives you more than you'd expect from something that fits in your hand. It weighs just 82 grams and comes in understated navy or brown. The design is simple, a rounded rectangular body with a central display, and it connects to your phone via Bluetooth within about 10 meters. It's battery in roughly 90 minutes and runs for around 100 hours before needing a recharge. At its core is a carbon monoxide sensor offering live ppm readings and triggering a sharp 105 decibel alarm if levels spike. It also tracks temperature and humidity, showing readings on its screen and updating in real time through a companion app. That app, available for iOS and Android, lets you adjust alarm thresholds, check data history, and even trigger an emergency bell directly from your phone. That same bell can be sounded on the device itself if you need to draw attention quickly. The CAM.G Mini is most often used in tents, RVs, or cabins, anywhere people rely on stoves or heaters in closed spaces. It's also useful in homes, especially near wood burners, or in rooms where temperature and air quality matter for pets or older adults. It warms up fast, doesn't need to be plugged in, and turns into something you can actually wear. That's the core idea behind the VBlanket. It runs on an internal battery, likely giving you about 4 to 8 hours of heat, depending on the setting. You can switch between low, medium, and high heat, and it gets warm in under a minute. The outside looks like fleece or plush, soft and cozy, while the inside holds the heat where you want it. It's not too heavy either, around 1 to 2 kilograms, and sized like a typical throw blanket at about 120 by 150 centimeters. The hood is built in, but can be folded away neatly when you're not using it. For more, it shifts from something you'd wrap around yourself to something you can actually wear cape style. It's clear this was made for moments when you want to stay warm without fuss. Whether you're curled up reading or waiting outside on a cold evening, it just works without needing an outlet or getting tangled in cords. There's no flashy pitch, just a simple smart blanket that quietly does its job. If you like staying warm and hate being stuck near a wall socket, this one makes a lot of sense. It's rare to find a single piece of gear that handles so many outdoor tasks this well, like the Evo REPEL. It measures just 14.7 by 8.3 by 6.2 centimeters and weighs under 500 grams, but it brings serious function in 3 key areas. First, the mosquito repeller. It heats 2 mats at once, each about the size of a credit card, reaching 329 degrees Fahrenheit in just 2 minutes, while using only around 2.5 watt. There are 2 modes, one for smaller areas, about a 10-foot zone, and another that pushes protection out to 30 feet. The scent barrier forms fast, under a minute, and each mat lasts around 4 hours. The built-in lantern isn't just a throw-in, it uses a powerful LED system with 4 brightness levels, from a dim 100 lumens up to a bright 3000. It also gives you 5 color temperatures, from warm amber to crisp white, so you're not stuck with one tone. On its lowest setting, it can run up to 100 hours. On full blast, expect around 6. Then there's the battery. A 14,400 ampere-hour lithium pack handles the load, charging up phones about 3 to 5 times per full cycle. It recharges in around 2.5 hours and keeps the other features running between 8 to 28 hours, depending on use. A projector turns any campsite into an open-air theater, stars above, screen ahead. Whether you're watching movies by the fire or playing games under the trees, it makes nights outside unforgettable. The Nebula Mars 3 takes that experience even further, delivering a sharp 1080p image with HDR10 support that stays crisp and clear even at sizes up to 100 inches. Colors hold up well for outdoor viewing, though contrast and black levels aren't on par with what you'd expect from a home theater setup. Power comes from a 185 watt-hour battery, giving you around 2 hours at full brightness or up to 5 in eco mode. It can also charge other devices through USB if needed. Also, sound comes from a built-in mono speaker with Dolby Digital Plus support, loud enough for small groups, and up to 15 hours of music playback. It weighs just less than 10 pounds and is compact in size. The housing can handle some water, short drops, and dusty conditions. A sliding lens cover, carry handle, and flip-out stand make setup quick. The projector focuses, corrects the keystone, and fits the screen automatically in just a few seconds. After finding perfect outdoor projector, we need a screen, and Devos will help us this time. Their screen stretches 144 inches across, measuring 126 inches wide by 71 inches high. It uses a 16 by 9 aspect ratio that fits HD, 4K, and even 3D content perfectly. The screen itself is made from Oxford nylon, which has a gain of about 1.1, meaning it reflects enough light to keep the image clear even before it's fully dark out. Designed for front projection, it also includes a blackout layer to keep distractions out and the picture sharp. The frame is solid aluminum that holds steady in the wind and resists warping. Along with the screen, it comes with stakes, guy lines, and a carry bag. Putting it together is a matter of connecting the frame's bungee-linked pieces, and it folds down into a manageable size when it's time to pack up. It's large, no question, but it doesn't require tools or a team to get it ready. Some users mentioned it can take longer in low light, and that the elastic cords in the poles might need adjusting now and then. People who've used it say the picture stays smooth and stable, with none of the sagging or noise that comes with inflatable versions. That's a big plus for backyard movie nights or watching the game at a campsite. Next one looks like an ordinary tent stake, but it does more than just hold down your shelter. Each one is about 9 inches long and weighs a little over an ounce without a battery. Easy to throw in a pack without thinking twice. Made from aluminum, it holds its own in rough ground. What sets it apart is the built-in LED tucked inside a water-resistant housing. You get 2 lighting options, a steady 17 lumen glow that lasts up to 10 hours, or a flashing mode that goes for around 24 hours. The power switch is hidden in the lens and glows faintly in the dark, so you can find it even when it's off. The LED can also pop out and work as a mini flashlight, handy when you're stumbling around camp after sunset or trying to find something in your tent. Sold in packs of 4, they give just enough light to mark the edges of your tent or guide you along a dark path. People who've used them tend to say the same thing. They didn't expect to need it until they did. No more tripping over lines at night or fumbling for a flashlight just to move around. Some even use them for things like lighting up hammocks or giving kids a safe light to carry. The battery slips right into the body of the stake, and swapping it out is simple. Just make sure to press the LED back in tightly if you take it out. That's what keeps it protected from rain and splashes. Cold air carries sound farther, making those crisp campfire nights the perfect setting for big, clear audio. That's exactly what the CEB26 was built for. This 6-kilogram soundbar isn't afraid of the elements, rain, dust, salt spray. It shrugs them off. It pushes 500 watts of peak power through a Class D amp. The internals are split into 2 sealed chambers, so it doesn't just blast sound, it creates true stereo depth you can feel. It runs on a 12.6-volt lithium battery, giving you about 20 hours of music at normal volume, 7 hours at 75%, and 4 hours at full blast. A charger comes in the box, but if you don't want to rely on the battery, you can plug it straight into your vehicle's 12-volt outlet. There's also a USB port to top off your phone or whatever else needs juice. Bluetooth 5.0 keeps it paired to your device up to 30 meters away, and if you're running multiple speakers, EcoCast lets you wirelessly link up to 50 or more. Onboard controls let you manage volume, input modes, track skip, EcoCast pairing, call pickup with the built-in mic, and lighting. Speaking of lighting, the CEB26 lights up with RGB colors across all 8 speakers, with pulse and fade effects that react to music. Out on the Great Miami River in Troy, Ohio, there's a camping experience that breaks away from the usual. Instead of pitching a tent on solid ground, you sleep right on the water. That's the idea behind Float Troy, where the main attraction is Shoal Tent, an inflatable raft topped with a dome tent, designed to drift gently while keeping you dry and secure. The tent covers an 8x8 foot space with a center height of nearly 2 meters. It weighs about 130 pounds and packs down to a size you could fit in the back of a car, roughly 60 by 24 by 18 inch. The floor is a thick inflatable base that doubles as a mattress, and it can hold up to 1,200 pounds. Inside, there are no poles, just air and well thought out design. The structure stays stable thanks to 3 separate air chambers, and it comes with the basics: a pump, patch kit, anchor points, and a storage bag. Float Troy operates each summer from June through early August at Treasure Island Park. Everything is already set up when you arrive. You bring your personal gear, and they handle the rest. Life jackets and paddles are available, and the park itself has amenities like bathrooms, picnic tables, and trail access. It's a quiet, easygoing place to watch kayakers drift by or listen to the river as you fall asleep. The Shoal Tent started as an experiment from local gear maker Ethan Smith. Since then, it's gained a global audience. Still, Float Troy remains the only spot where anyone can try it out firsthand and spend a night literally floating through summer. Cold air, running water, and a bit of patience. That's all it takes to build the inland igloo. Instead of carving snow or stacking blocks, this kit lets nature do the heavy lifting. At its core is a dome-shaped frame made from fiberglass rods, covered in a fine mesh that catches a gentle mist from your garden hose. As the spray freezes layer by layer, it forms thick, clear walls of ice. The structure stands about 5 feet 4 inches tall, 11 feet long, and 9 feet wide. Once the ice reaches 6 inches thick, measured by red whisker-like markers poking through the mesh, it can safely hold up to 700 pounds. The process takes 10 to 15 hours in below freezing temperatures. Water flows through a hose into a sprayer mounted at the dome's center, coating the outer mesh in a continuous mist. It's simple to set up, but you'll need steady cold and a flat, open spot for best results. The system is safe down to 20 Fahrenheit, as long as the hose is drained once you're done. Inside, LED rope lights give the igloo a soft glow, turning it into something between a backyard project and a frozen lantern. When you're ready to take it down, just let it melt, or speed things up with salt or the included safe melt kit. Everything dries out and packs away for next time. There are even smaller models, like pirate ships or rockets, designed with kids in mind. Those were part of its Kickstarter campaign, which drew more support than expected. Tucked into the trees along a quiet lane in Belgium, 4 teardrop-shaped tents hang gently above the ground. At first glance, they look like something between a fruit and a sculpture, unexpected, a little surreal, and strangely inviting. Designed by Dutch artist Dre Wapenaar, each one stands around 2 to 3 meters tall, suspended from the trees with steel fittings that leave the forest floor untouched. The frame is made of steel and aluminum, wrapped in a weather-resistant fabric. You climb up using a ladder, and once inside, little windows let you look out across the surrounding orchards. This installation, called Tranendreef, which roughly translates to Tear Alley, which brings temporary artworks into the Haspengouw landscape. These tents aren't just for looking at. Of course you can spend the night in them, though it's a stripped-back experience. There's no electricity, no heating. You bring your own sleeping bags, your own food, and settle in for the night high in the trees. Nearby, there are outdoor essentials designed by Artie van Bommel. Simple wash stations, compost toilets, benches, and grills. Even these feel connected to the setting, borrowing their shapes from local fruit crates. Tranendreef is a quiet interruption in the landscape, asking you to slow down, to look up, to feel something you might otherwise miss.